which is funny because true vision, that is my truth. That when things get past my nose, I cannot see. I have glasses, you know, but anyhow, life, anybody having life throw them curveballs? Where you literally are beginning again and striking that match again and again. All right. Something that when you light a candle, you're igniting a spark. And when you ignite a spark, you want to call in the highest. You want to bring in the wisdom. And you want to ground in to the energy that is going to be of service for you. So, Teresa Phelps Martin in the Soulfully You virtual space. And we have a void of course moon. And you have the opportunity to feel energy moving into a bigger release. And when there's energy that's void, of course, there's just this time to breathe. And when there's time to breathe, what can happen is that we slow down so much we come undone. It's probably the one thing that I hear from people more than anything is how uncertain they are and how overwhelming it can be to stop. And as I process through my own life, my own humanness, it's true. You slow your roll, and it appears things are falling apart, but they're really not. What we're doing is surrendering. And when we surrender, it's heavy. And what it is we actually realize we don't have control, that we're complicated, that we hold so much depth, and that depth appears dark. And that darkness has been labeled as bad. However, just like when you light, right? I lit the match, I lit the candle, I invoked the highest, called in that wisdom. That right there is also surrendering. However, it feels like we have, it feels as if we have, we're still participating. When we close our eyes and go inward, it can feel as if it's boundless, that there's no container, or that we're stepping into an area that we're not really well gifted in, okay? So this is yoga, by the way, and we will move because you do movement to prepare you to sit. So how about this? I'm just going to tell you what I'm moved to do. It's a little bigger than just a good old movement-based class. It is sharing a little insight into how to connect when it feels like the connection is unavailable. But I know for myself what helps me is when I can help others, when I can share tools. And I just feel like the weight of our reality right now breaking us down in a way that some people are getting more rigid and more righteous. There's no judgment there, okay? And some people are getting more lost or confused because there's just all of a sudden the uncertainty is creating a little misery, okay? And some of us prefer the misery, right? The certainty of misery is easier is a quote that Oprah has in her book, What Happened to You? So let's do this. Let's center. Let's acknowledge that we're showing up, and I acknowledge you. And as you acknowledge you're showing up, I want you to acknowledge first just the space you're in, all the things that you do have. Don't go big. Like, I love that my kids, when we do our 3 things every night, and watching how there was such resistance, everybody, my husband, my kids, but now everybody has leaned into it, and it brings so much more ease, okay? So just even honor that if you're showing up and, virtual yoga, tell me about it. I'm talking to myself on some level, but I'm also not. That you cannot acknowledge that you have this space right now to be with yourself. That there's walls around you, maybe you're outside, so there's the vastness of nature that's ever present. That in this time, in this space that you've carved out, that in that energetic realm, you have the room to be with yourself, to be in the energy of you. And as you be with yourself, that you can be in that realness. The realness is that we're human. The realness is that we're, I'm held by 2x4s and drywall and, what is roofing made out of? Asphalt? I don't remember. That wouldn't make sense. But anyhow, a roof over my head. There's ground beneath my feet. Really tap into the tangible elements that you have. That you can honor the discomfort. I have this long line of discomfort running through my left side. It is exhausting. It's also familiar. It's also why I keep showing up to physical therapy. Right? So walk through that dialogue, that storyline with yourself. And that storyline with myself is that there's an accumulation of trauma that doesn't make me bad. It actually is what brings the wisdom, okay? So in that ability to just honor your reality, this is you being real, okay? The other part is that to be true, the true vision you want to hold for yourself is that you can breathe, okay? Maybe your breath is shallow, maybe it is, maybe even actually pausing to connect with your breath is making you come undone, because that's real. So put your hands on your heart or over your face or squeeze your arms. And then just allow for 3 breaths. And in the business of you, honor how much is awaiting you. There's that spark. When you light the candle, when you go inward and breathe, you're striking that light again. You're acknowledging that there is something that can get lit within. So however you're holding yourself, then bring your hands to rest on your heart. And just call in that light that's around you. It's the sun that is shining, the energy that's transmitting this, okay? That you tuned in and you're listening And I'm just saying, fuck it. And rather than presenting what I think you want, I'm presenting what my guides are sharing that is needed. And it's all coming because I was able to reach out to many people to ask for guidance as I navigate my own humanness, and through that, just that reach out. And if you're one of those people, I thank you, I appreciate you. And what the feedback came to me is that you know this. And I ran into somebody on a walk, and her wisdom of her mother, who has been gone for some time, was inch by inch, life is a cinch. So breath by breath, little by little, we can find ease. And so we call in that light, we call in that energy that's around us, that's supporting us, that's being transmitted to us, and we remain open to receive. Because when we're in the void, we're in a space of silence. It doesn't mean we stop conversing. We just awaken to the subtlety. And we call in that light, and we just invite it in. We call on the highest, and then we ground in. So just let the hips be heavy. Allow the heart to feel light, and the mind to have space or freedom. We understand the transformation, the shifting landscape, the harvest that's available to us. Our reality. That may feel so dense and so heavy right now. So dried out, crusty, if you will. But we can also see the beauty of the divine in the tiny details of every inch. Big full breath in. And a big full breath out. And call in the 4 directions plus the space beneath you and above you. So the 4 directions, keep it simple: north, south, east, and west, above and below. Understand the duality of the nature that brings us back to the one. And the duality isn't just the good and the bad, it's the dark and the light. The void and the fullness, the transitions and the certainty. Allow the head to bow, allow the palms to turn up. Bring the hands in front of your eyes to intercept. And ease the transition back into this world. Open your eyes, looking in your own 2 hands. We're going to find that seat to settle ourselves more fully. You're going to come into that cheerleader pose. You're going to lift up and fold. Just fold over that right knee. Soften the heart, relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And just 5 breaths breathing into the back body, not forcing the breath, just allowing the breath into the back body. Now, as you're breathing into the back body, you knew there was 5 breaths. I want you to see the healing light in the body. See your body already feeling good at the end of this practice. Because you showed up. It's the hardest part. As you exhale, exhale out completely. Ground your legs into the earth, draw into the belly. Inhale, come all the way up. Grab hold of that left knee. So the knee is going to open up. Knee, hip, ribcage, shoulders, stretch through the spine. Look down, find ease. Inch by inch, life is a cinch. And then as you exhale, so we're doing 5 breaths today. As you exhale, stretch the leg out, push the foot into the ground, draw in, stretch the arm by your ear, and now you're going to twist. Relax the arm so you're more twisted over. We're getting more into the psoas and the mid-back. We're not being highly aggressive today. We're actually surrendering to the density. Because what the moon is doing, it's transitioning from this very earth energy, like where we're trying to go, we're trying to move forward. But we're also in this energy where it's transitioning kind of the breakdown to break through and to reorder and to restructure. To connect to the bigger vision, our higher selves, our future self. The future not of our own individual self, but also of humanity. And if it's accessible to you after those 5 breaths, we're going to go a little deeper. You're going to thread maybe the left arm under your shoulder. So to me, this is what life feels like right now. Totally twisted, stuck on the ground. And wildly, it's getting into the spots that need to be nourished. It's identifying the areas that have been inaccessible. Exhale out completely, ground into the earth. Inhale, come back up onto your hands. As you come up, bring your feet forward. And if you're anything like me, you come up and you're a little like, right? Like a little like disoriented. Try not to create order right now. See, that's the void. See if you can be in that space, the madhya, the space in between. Okay? And instead, feel yourself called in that direction. Obviously, we're going to do the other side. But called in that direction to keep moving forward. To trust that even if you don't want to move forward, you're being guided. So you're going to swing the feet over to the other side. Rise up and then fold over the left knee and soften. Melt, breathe. Those 5 breaths, knowing how healing the breath is, that it is your life force, that it is going to sustain you. And then you can also honor that you're not stopped, you haven't slowed down. Exhale out completely, ground the legs into the earth, draw into the belly. Inhale, come all the way up. Hold on to that right knee, stretch the knee out. Maybe you have to stay up, by the way, but you can come down. Shoulders to the back. Release the head, inch by inch, life is a cinch. All right, so there's an ease in our practice. However, there's an intensity in that ease, okay? There's an accessibility here, that it's actually, my hope is that you can come onto the ground and slow down and realize that you're not coming undone. You might actually discover that there's parts of you that are yearning for the light, and you're just moving into that. Is that 5 breaths? Exhale, free the foot, stretch the leg out long, ground in, stretch your right arm by your ear, okay? Belly's in, drawing in, and then you're gonna reach over, foot's grounded down, and then you're twisting, you're rolling the belly. I gotta call out to Anita, who this is what she always preferred. No, she does not. I'm not in contact with her anymore. And then there you are, breathing, you're in the twist. As you exhale out completely, you're going to draw into your belly. Now, if you have access to it, the right arm is going to go through. Just 5 breaths here. Exhale out completely, ground into the earth. Inhale, come all the way up. Blah. And as you come up, you're going to bring your feet out in front of you, hands to your shins. Again, you're in that little la la land space, hopefully. And if you're not there, it's okay. If you're just about to turn me off, that's okay too. Sometimes listen to that. Go do your own thing. Hands to your shins. Exhale around the back. Chin to your chest. I have Uranus in my first house. I'm a huge advocator of being a little bit of a soul rebel. Exhale around the back. It's just the world seems to think that a soul rebel is somebody who really goes off the grid, right? We've been told what that soul rebel is. Exhale around the back. Inhale, rise up. And what you have to do is trust in what your own nature is telling you. Exhale and inhale. Now here's the deal. If you don't slow down and go inward, you have no idea what your own nature is telling you. So as you come all the way back up, you're going to either come into Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet are together, or Upavishta Konasana. Now, I just stretched my legs out, and they are already screaming, so I'm going to honor that. They're screaming with delight, though, okay? I have to share that you may not find that delightful at all. My gift is being a reframer. My gift is in helping you with the interior design of who you are. My gift is giving you the tools so that you can feel safe as you go inward, to know your truth, and then come forward with the vision that is sitting in the depths of your being, so that you can be your soul self. You can be that part of you that is alive and wants to come alive and come forward in your life. You got to be a little bit of a rebel there. But just so you know, this is why I love astrology. Everybody has Uranus in their chart somewhere. The chart I'm doing right now For somebody's 10th birthday, she has Uranus at the top of her chart. Her sun's at the bottom of her chart. All it means is family matters to her, but she's also going to be known that she's eccentric. Everybody here who's watching this, we have Uranus in the sky. You live under the sun, the moon, and all those stars. When we can realize that all these parts are also within us, and when we can actually work with these parts in such a way, notice how already your inner thighs are feeling better, that then we also then trust in ourselves. And then that is the vision, to trust in ourselves, to trust that inch by inch, right? We can actually inch together our life. We can put together the parts and pieces that are, create the fabric, create the blanket that is carrying us forward into our future. All right, so here you are. You're gonna lengthen your spine. If the soles of the feet are together, I'm not even doing it because I know it's just gonna trigger my back in a major way. If the soles of the feet are together, I want you just to rock from side to side, okay? You're just rocking from side to side. You can hold your ankles, you can hold your feet. Resist curling the toes up. It's just really hard on the knees and your hip joints. But whatever. Don't get neurotic. Okay. Now, if you're in Baddha-Konasana, I would like for you to stretch one. Okay, if you're in legs wide, you're just going to rock from side to side here, right? A little Stevie Wonder. The avatar I call on is Bob Marley. I'm a total Bob girl. Actually, maybe that's all my soul needs right now. Okay, so if you're in Baddha-Konasana, stretch the right leg up long. We are going to bring the left foot in. So we're going to all end up looking like this, okay? I'm not going to demand that you bring your foot all the way into your sit bone. It's just bogus. You got to place the foot. Chances are where it naturally lands is your reality. The truth is you need to check in what feels best for your knee and your hip, adjust accordingly there, and then find where your pelvis is neutral. This is the one that I am going to be. You got to watch as if one hip point higher than the other, okay? Then we're going to lengthen. You might just find your right hand to your right shin. You might find your right elbow to your thigh. You're going to draw into your belly, find length, and stretch the left arm. Feeling that opening into the side body, which I think all the side body opening that we did in the heat was really deep, which was really healing for those of you who've done yoga with me in a hot space. Not having that heat to get into those deeper places is a little bit of something, but it's also that reminder of we got to be real. We got to really own our energy. And as you're there, stretching and reaching. Oh my gosh. Feeling the breath and breathing into it. So is this practice somewhat restorative? Sure, if you're comfortable sitting. If you're not comfortable sitting, this practice is borderline torture and you might have even turned me off. But I just want you to stretch and breathe. I know I've been here for more than 5 minutes. As you exhale, exhale out completely. Ground into the earth, draw through your core. You're going to inhale, come up. As you come up, free your leg. Find both hips grounded and find length. If you find you're doing this practice, and at the end of the practice, if you're not somewhere off in a different land, can you let me know if you had access to that place? I need to know if I'm just the weirdo that can go there. I need to know if you're going there at all. at all. Okay? So find length and then bend the knee. I need it for personal reasons. And if you're not going there, it is totally fine. Maybe I am just a goofball. So now you're going to stretch the left leg out, right foot comes in. Again, be real. Where does the foot land? Recognize it. Look at your body. This is the reality of what we're living in. We're holding the vision, the true vision, to clear ourselves in a way that we can really live that inch by inch life as a cinch. Thank you, Judy. And in that, both hips are grounded. Find length. You adjust accordingly so that you're in your truth. And then the movement gets us into our soul. The movement gets us into the depths. We're in this OS, okay? It's the part that connects this energy up here to this energy down here. You're going to draw in, shoulders to your back, stretch the arm by your ear. Again, find the expression of the arms. Your arms might not be as crazy long as mine. Feel the connection to your breath, to your being. To your ability to be the vision. Exhale out completely. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch both legs out again. So our movements included a hip opener, a thigh stretch, side body, inner thigh, outer hip, psoas. It's from the ribcage down. It's from the density of our being that can be heavy to move. And as we clear it and ground it, hopefully the higher parts of ourselves, our neck, shoulder, our mind, are way more clear. Clear being you feel better. So either soles of the feet together or legs wide. You're going to find length and just bow. Okay? You're going to probably hit a speed bump. And when I hit a speed bump, I rock from side to side. It's just from all my time with Shiva Ray. Now maybe you can, if your soles of the feet are together, you're just bowing forward, okay? You are just bowing forward. You can anchor the tailbone more, round the back more. Ground into the earth, draw into the belly, inhale, come all the way up. We are going to come into a comfortable seat. If you need a downward dog and a child, actually, let's do that. I want to extend the body. We're going to come onto our hands and knees into downward dog. I just want to get the extension through the body. Clear the spine. And then we're here. Inhale, plank, knees, chin, chest. Nothing hard. All the way to the ground. Pillow the hands, bend your knees. Roll your feet over to the left. Inhale your feet through the center. Roll your feet over to the right. Inhale, come back through the center. Feet go long. Hands under your shoulders. Curl the heart out. And then lift through the belly. Move back, child's pose. Inhale, come all the way up onto your hands and knees, and you're gonna find a way to sit comfortably. And as you sit comfortably, you're gonna sit in the way that you know you can be here. And as you know you can be here, you're going to settle into your hips and your pelvis and lift through the crown of the head. And as you find that way of sitting, you're going to sit in that energy where your hands are going to sit wherever. I'm holding on to crystals because I'm really tuning into the guidance of my future self. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to just walk you through a guided meditation to connect with your future self, that true vision. So the understanding of why we called in the awareness of where we're safe, why we've cleared the body so we can sit more comfortably. And this isn't to still the mind. I'm not a navigator of stilling the mind. I am an advocator of going inward. And when we go inward, we need to feel comfortable. We need to feel at ease so that the breath can move. Okay, we don't want to be in a place where we're controlling anything or restricting anything. So you can look at this as a guided meditation to see your true vision, because this is when we're in an energy of void. Whether the moon is void, of course, which happens every so often. It's going to happen a couple days from now, or it's void the entire day. And in that energy, it happens every time the moon is new. Okay, it just happens all the time in our life. Wow, enough of that. We want to be in that place where we can feel ease, that inch by inch we go inward. And it's a cinch to be there so that our vision is true, is real. It is salve for the soul, and it is a way we can harvest from the soul, okay? From our sacred energy, from our essence, from our ability to co-create. So as you sit, you re-anchor. Let your hands be how in the way they need to be. Move with the breath. Your inhale and your exhale. Feel the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And if you have access to it and you trust it and you feel comfortable with it, allow the breath to breathe you. That is the art of surrendering. And as you feel the breath and you feel more settled in your own skin and bones, and if you're not settled, then you just keep trying to breathe, okay? You just keep feeling the comfort of sitting. You anchor yourself into your truth, into your beliefs, to your faith, to that energy that's always ready to rise up and meet you. If all you can do is be curious, be curious. We We bring down a divine ray of love and protection and draw a circle around our own body. And demand that no one or no thing can enter or harm. And as we step into this journey, we step into our highest self. We call for the wisdom that can help show us how we can be of service of our soul and of our future self. And we call in the wisdom of our future bright, brilliant self. We meet ourselves here in this moment, trusting that there is a future, that we are moving forward to her and toward her, and we can feel her brilliant light calling us forward. We ask that she reveals herself to us. And we are reminded that we get to choose how she appears to us. We can see her vitality and her radiance, and the wisdom that appears in her skin, but the brightness of her own brilliant light. As she calls us forward, she calls us forward with love and an open heart. We honor all the energy of the 3D world, of our reality, movies, stories, anything that you're being reminded of. We just smile and laugh and say thank you, and then reconnect to that version of you that sits maybe 5 minutes from now, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 50 years from now. And as we sit with her, we feel held in her wisdom. And as we're held in her wisdom, we allow her to reveal to us that space within ourselves. Do we feel the energy of connection with a significant other? Can we see the energy of those we love? Standing in their own light, in their own brilliance, in their own vitality, without us projecting onto them. Can we feel ourselves healthy and vibrant? Our needs being met without projecting onto it what that all looks like. And then we can ask our future self for a gift. She has something for us. And then we can ask ourselves if we're okay with receiving it. And you'll know what that gift is. mind gets over involved, know that that first thing that surfaced is enough. Maybe it could just be a hug, an embrace, a loving gaze, a smile, that you're seen. Then you connect with this bright, vibrant version. And you allow your heart cord, a string, an invisible thread that is diamond-like in strength, yet light like your breath. And you feel your hearts tied together, connected, woven. And you feel a path opening for you. And you feel yourself carried slowly and easily back towards this present moment. And as you find yourself slowly on a path back towards your own self, notice the landscape along the way. Those that love you and support your hopes and your dreams applauding you. The conversations of how you want are remembered, that they're speaking lovingly of you. That the journey of your life has brought a wisdom that has reached others and informed their truth. That all those moments of vulnerability have given you more strength. That those relationships and collaborations, the ones that have been painful and the ones that have been delightful, are supporting you and bringing you the peace as you integrate them into the experiences and the lessons of your life. That each day you found your ability to recommit and return to that divine energy. That you feel your own light shining brilliantly. Adored and enthusiastic to share and spread more of your true, unique, vibrant self. That as you're coming home to yourself, you feel rooted, you feel established in this body, in your home and in your life, that you feel safe, you feel secure. That you feel an articulation of the way your future self has influenced you, that she can support the language of your heart right here, right now. That you know this gift, this treasure is buried within you and is woven in every cell of your being. You slowly come back to that sacred spark that's in your own heart, knowing that you are tethered in the most loving and supportive way to your future self. And that as you sit here, you sit with that light and that love in your body ready to move, your body ready to reawaken and come more fully alive, embracing your talents, speaking your truth, nourishing all parts of your being and those you love. Sharing your authenticity and showing up to engage in your life and connecting with those that respect you and honor you, sharing in the resources of your life, the wellspring of your own heart, continuing to be the adventurous being that you are in whatever way that looks. Maybe it's just expanding more of the joy, being responsible of the way that you engage and structure your life, becoming more clear with your own hopes and dreams, and breathing into the compassion of your own heart, and creatively being of service to the hearts of those you encounter. Slowly feel your breath. Five breaths here. Feeling connected into this moment in time. 4 breaths here. Wiggling your toes and your fingers. 3 breaths here. Feeling the room and the energy around you. 2 breaths here, breathing and feeling in to the depths, sensing your clothes on your skin. Swallowing and tasting and listening and seeing the light within you. And 1 breath, you are here. Bring the palms together. Lift the hands up in front of your head. Open your hands. And then open your eyes, looking into the palms of your own 2 hands. Returning to the space that hopefully has you more settled, more clear. You're invited and encouraged to come lying down into Shavasana. You're also encouraged to write and journal with your hand on paper, to draw, to go for a walk. This is a practice that isn't necessarily typical that I bring to you, but it is here for you. It is here for the highest good. Take what serves, leave the rest behind. Straight from my heart to yours. If you need more, if you have questions, or just need to know that you're supported, I'm here. Straight from my heart to yours. Please be soulfully you.